Good evening, y'all. Another day is always another opportunity. This is your boy Joshua, also known as I am Battlestrong. And guys, tonight I'm very grateful to introduce to you guys someone that I met on social media. Of course, you guys know how I'm really big on networking and been documenting my journey for the last, 6 years since I've lost everything. And I've had the privilege to meet people all over the country, interview people from all over the country in different genres, whether it's music. This is our first motorcyclist, and so guys, I'm very grateful to introduce to you guys One Up Drake. He goes by that on Instagram, so feel free to shoot him a follow and an ad. And guys, I'm very grateful to introduce to y'all him, and then just get to know a little bit more about himself. And then for those of you guys that are seeking to, ride motorcycles one day, maybe you're a new rider or maybe you're an aspiring motorcyclist, we'll be listening in from someone who, outside of myself, who can give you some tips and just share a little bit about their journey on why they ride and kind of what got them into it. So give us 1 second. We're going to add him once he joins. And I hope everybody's having a blessed night. Let me see here. I think I did just get the notification. Give me 1 second. Alright, cool. All right. We'll get him in here in a second. So you guys bear with me. But yeah, guys, I'm just very grateful to get you guys another perspective of another motorcyclist. We have other motorcyclists as well that we'll be interviewing. And so give me 1 second. We're going to add him in here. There it is. It's set. We'll just wait for him to join. Shout out to Celsius, guys. If you guys haven't tried Celsius and you guys are looking for energy, feel free to grab you one of these. I'm telling you, I've been drinking all the different flavors. Whew. Woke up from a nap, y'all, so I apologize, but shoot, we'll get him on here. Let me see. Are you with us, brother? Let's see here. I sent him the request. He just has to jump in. Let me see. Okay, yeah. Just wanted to make sure it was sent. So, guys, give us a bit second. We're just waiting for him to jump in, and then we're going to dive right in, y'all. So, yeah. Give me 1 second. I don't know if... Maybe he's trying to join on Instagram. Let's see here. I wonder if I can tag him in the... He said I sent a request. There it is. Cool, cool. All right. All right. So it says it's adding you in right now, brother. Cool,
Hey,
man. How
what's
you
up?
doing?
Good.
That's good, man. I'm happy we're able to tap in real quick, man. So shoot, this is One Up Drake for those of you guys that are new to my page, and those of you guys that are also on YouTube. I want you guys to feel free to add One Up Drake. It's at one UP Drake, right?
Yeah,
Just
two
like that.
E's.
Two E's. So that's
Yep,
important.
yep.
So man, let's hop right into it. So my first question for you, brother, is take us a bit back into like what got you into motorcycling.
Yeah. So I was a little kid, and my dad got me one of those electric ones, and it was a little Harley. So uh, that introduced me to the two wheels. Even though it could only probably go like 3 miles per hour,
Yeah.
I was on two wheels, and went from that to a little 50cc dirt bike. From that, it went up to 125, 250, and just raced motocross here in Tulsa. I don't know if it's still a thing. I heard it was like it kind of died down or it got shut down, one of the two.
Yeah.
Um, so went from dirt bikes, being on the dirt, and literally just up until last year was the first time I got on the street with a sport bike, and I got a '05 636
Ooh.
and a Grom. So yeah, it was a learning curve in the beginning because obviously dirt, street, different.
Right, yeah.
But it was natural. It was like they say, riding a bike. It just came natural. So yeah, I really just my dad because he's a motorcycle guy. He's
Okay.
been riding all his life. He's still riding. He's a Harley guy though. He's a brother.
Okay.
So is what we call them. So
Hey, shout out to the
uh,
brothers out there.
yeah, yeah. So
That's what's up.
yeah, really just my dad. He's the one that got me into it. So
Dude, that's awesome, man. And the reason why I ask is because, oftentimes people ask me, what got me into motorcycling. I'm like, man, it was when I was a kid, I was never even thinking about motorcycling. So
yeah,
it's always interesting to me to hear about other people and how they kind of started and what got them into it.
absolutely.
Um, Man, that's awesome. So your dad is pretty much, your inspiration through that. Now, do you have like your favorite bike, or is like the 636? Is that your favorite?
636, man. I don't know what it is about that bike, and I'm an older type of bike like
Mhm.
person. I don't like these new bikes, and I mean they're cool. Don't get me wrong. Like
Yeah.
I'm sure they're good and stuff because they got so much technology on. But that's why I don't like them because all the
Okay.
technology. You
Yeah.
know, I like the old bikes because I don't even have a gas gauge on mine. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
for real?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
got a digital speedometer. That's it. Other than
Dude, that's
that,
what's up.
I got nothing. No ABS, no uh, wheelie control, nothing. So
Man,
yeah, I like the older bikes for sure.
that's what's up. Yeah, my BTX, when I first got it, it didn't have a gas gauge on it. And I was just thinking in my head, like, and how am I gonna figure this out? So I ended up adding people on like joining different groups on Facebook and then asking the question, and they're like pretty much like you'll figure it out, and they're right. So I'm just like, yeah, it's like you just go by the feel, turn on reserve or whatnot.
Yeah.
Um, that's awesome, man. So I guess my next question for you, man, is have you experienced any adversities, as a motorcyclist, and if so, what were they, and how did you mentally, overcome them?
Like, are you meaning like as like in like close calls or just like
Yeah,
anything in
close
general
close
like that?
calls, accidents,
Yeah.
even like running into mechanical issues. Because I know me personally,
Yeah,
when I first
man.
got into this, stuff would break, and I felt like, I mean, because I'm new, so I was just being, I'm like, dude, I feel like the 16-year-old kid, like that, she needs her just a jump, and she's like, oh, I need a new car. I felt like that guy that was just like, bro, I can't figure this stuff out.
Yeah, yeah, no, yeah, I got quite a few mechanical stuff, man. It's been a headache the last couple of months, but yeah, well, I mean, it was more towards the end of the season. Once I started, I really ramped up hosting the rides in August, and I started doing them like once a month at that point. I
Okay.
was doing them like every Saturday, but then they started getting pretty big, so I just started doing it once a month. But anyways, there was a night we were out, and we were down coming down Riverside. It's a pretty popular area in Tulsa,
Yeah.
and I don't know if this guy was just like mad because he was stuck behind us or what his deal was. I mean, we weren't doing nothing. We was just riding. We were all going speed limit, 35, 40.
Yeah.
And this dude just like plowed through the whole group, tried like chasing people down, and then he got to the next light and he stopped there, got out of his car, was waiting on us. And so we all pulled up on him, man, and he was just like cussing us out and yelling at us. And
Yeah.
yeah, we took off, and then he chased us, continued chasing us. He chased people up in people's yards, like messed up his tires, like they were all bent and stuff from hitting the curbs and just going up people's yards. Chased one of my buddies up to the front door of a house. Like, bro was crashing out, and I've had two of those incidents where someone's done that, where they've just chased us into the, through us, and try to run us over.
Sheesh.
Uh, and that was on the Grom. And
Oh man.
I was even on the big
Mm.
bike. And on the big bike, I mean, it was like in Tulsa, our highways. I'm sure OKC is kind of the same way, but they have merging. You got people coming on and from different directions.
Yeah.
Well, I was coming up from the right side, and there was cars coming from the left side,
Hmm.
and it was downtown, and I was probably, moving a little bit. I ain't gonna lie, but car was coming on to the highway on my highway,
Yeah.
and he just didn't see me, and I had a split between him and another car because I couldn't swerve over to the right, couldn't swerve over to the left because he was there. So I just went right through the middle, and then literally like 20 feet after that, same thing. I was in the middle lane, car got over, and I could swerve on that one. There was no other cars.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, I mean, I called it a night after that one. It was like back to back like that. I said, yeah, something's telling me to get off this bike.
Yeah. Man,
But
it'd be like that for sure. Like when you, I think that's very important, to share with other, new motorcyclists specifically, is that when you feel that in your gut, like I was kind of told that before I started like riding, like if you don't feel it, or if you feel that in your gut, like go home, like don't force, like
yeah, even
man.
even if stuff happens before you get on the bike, like I'm a big believer in that kind of stuff.
No,
You know what I mean?
yeah, that's
Like
what they're telling me. It's like,
if something like if it's just like a low air pressure tire, even
mhm,
um, I won't do it. Like something's just telling me like that tire was low for a reason. You know what I mean? Or
yeah,
it's crazy. I believe in that for sure. And then like mechanically, oh man, I think it's just because the bike's old,
mhm,
and it's just time for everything that has happened, to be replaced. But shout out to Mother Road Motorsports
yeah,
here in Tulsa. They've been doing all the work, man. They great people. They're a Ducati and Aprilia dealership. But they took my bike in. They had a couple of older guys that specifically like raced my bike, so they were willing to, bring it in and get it all fixed up for me. It's still in the shop. I should get it back next week though, but man,
that's
it's
what's
just
up.
a
What's the
list
name
of
of their
things.
shop again, so we can shout them out? If you guys are ever in Tulsa, you guys feel free to hit up this shop. What's their names?
It's Mother Road Motorsports. It's
Okay,
in downtown Tulsa.
nice,
So
nice.
good guys, man. I mean, they'll take you in the back. They'll show you what's going on. If you're a visual person, they'll send you videos. So they communicate a lot of the work that they'll do on your bike. And I mean, me personally, the price that they are charging is pretty fair to me. Uh, they easily could be charging me way more than what they're charging me right now. So,
Yeah.
um, but yeah, it's a big list of things, man, mechanically, but pretty much a new motor. That's all I'm gonna say. It's pretty much a new motor at this point. So
Oh,
I'm
that's what's
excited
up.
to get it back.
Heck yeah, dude. That's what's up. And that's another thing too, is like when I first got into it, I got into motorcycling because I looked at it as being cost efficient. As an entrepreneur, I got to make investments. I'm like, I need to get around the city. And I was like, this is a way, that I can do it for the low. Whole
Yeah,
time I had no idea. Once the mechanical issue started coming, like, shoot, I thought this was cheaper, but it's for those of you guys that don't know, motorcycling is very expensive,
yeah,
especially if you want to stay alive.
yeah. And aside of the mechanical stuff, like your bike, people don't put in consideration of like the gear. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
a good helmet is 300 up, and
Yep.
if you
This
want
that's
to
how much this was.
exactly, if you want an armor jacket, same thing, 200 up.
Yep.
Pants, 250, 280 and up. I mean, you're in it by the time like this gear at least 1,000,
No,
and you
literally.
and you won't even notice until you get everything. Then you add it up, and you're like, oh, I got $1,000 I'm wearing right now. Like it's
No,
crazy,
seriously.
bro.
That was my reality check, man. So this helmet was sitting in Maxi Sports and it was sitting like this. And I was like, ooh, that's a fresh white helmet. I need that. So I'm like, I grabbed it, picked it up, took it to the counter, and they showed me the Bluetooth on the other side. They're like, yeah, you can listen to music. And I was like, people listen to music while they ride. Like I was totally
Oh
out
yeah.
of the loop of this whole, motorcycle stuff. And yeah, this was about 350, but I wrecked, so I got another one that looks identical to this. And that's another tip that we could share with the new riders is, I heard, if you go down, replace your helmet. Is that true? I guess in your
I would
case.
because I'm not an expert, but from what I've heard, helmets are, I guess, designed to take an impact,
Hmm.
and it's pretty much a one-time thing. Like there's certain like the spoilers and stuff on the back of helmets, they're
Hmm.
designed to break off for a reason, and
Oh, okay.
that's why they're not like as
So like this
strong.
part,
Yeah,
kind of
like all those designs you see on these helmets, like they're designed for a specific reason, I guess,
that
from what I've
makes
heard. I
wow.
could be
Okay.
totally wrong,
No, but I
but
feel like you probably could be right though. I mean, it makes sense because, dude, honestly, I've heard of people like I won't mention his name just to keep his personal business kind of. But there's a rider here in OKC. He crashed and his head got ran over. Apparently, he's still with us
mm,
by the grace of God, but he had a helmet on, and I actually looped a enduro bike that I had about a year and a half ago, and I had a Walmart helmet on. Believe it or not, I face down into the pavement, legs up this way, face down in the pavement. I felt like the pressure of my face mask
yeah,
compress in, and it didn't break off and it didn't shatter. But when I tumbled and got back on my feet, I was like, dude, even for a Walmart helmet, like never underestimate just wearing a helmet because had I wouldn't have been wearing a helmet, I got up just fine. But without that helmet, I felt my face just going a little bit more and then
yeah.
going into a roll. And I'm like, I don't know how that helmet saved me, but shout out to Walmart. I almost, yeah, I wanted to, I was like, I
Hey,
need to shout them out at that time because I was like, dude, that helmet, was like $50 maybe, $40.
yeah, I mean, I would say, also
But
for new
I'm not
riders,
suggesting Walmart helmets for new riders.
right?
No.
I mean, but there is decent cheap helmets out there. A
Yeah.
lot of new riders don't realize that. Like what's the brand? Built. There's a couple helmets within them, like the Apex.
Okay.
It's DOT and it's got a special rating on it. I forgot the name of the rating, but as long as they have that rating, you're pretty set, and it's only like 110 bucks.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
No.
it's a cool design looking helmet. It's sporty, and so they don't always like. I try to tell people you don't have to go get a KYT $600 full carbon or a Pista. Like,
Yeah.
you can start at the low bottom end. Like, it's totally fine. Like my AGV I have, it's the standard first one they made. Like, I don't really care. I mean, it
Right.
works. It's a helmet. You know what I
No.
mean?
Yeah. As long as it works. Cause
Yeah. If
shoot.
it's got all those certifications on it, I'm good. You know, I do want to upgrade, but I ain't got that cheddar yet. You know what I mean?
Man, I'm telling you, crashing is so expensive.
Yeah, man.
But when you said earlier, like, you can mess around and spend a quick stack just like that. After my first accident, I crashed on Northwest Expressway, kept it pushing straight down to cycle gear.
Hmm.
Um, and didn't feel like by the grace of God, they didn't try to sell me or anything. They really were concerned, and so they're like, yeah, this is what you need. And so yeah, sure enough, I got pants, the jacket, I think some new gloves. I walked out of there that day spending like 700 something dollars just. But then
Yeah.
I was thinking about my safety, investing in my safety and stuff, and then sure enough, I was unfortunately in like several more accidents. I
Man.
crashed like 3 times in the same month. And so
Hey, well,
gear is important.
yeah. Yeah, I try to tell
Mhm.
people that get gear first. Make sure your bike's running good. All that cosmetic stuff and fancy stuff will come later.
Okay.
Just get
No,
set
true.
first. Like it might be some ugly gear, but hey, if it's what you can afford, it's what you can afford. It'll save your life. Um,
Sweet.
Same with your bike. You want it to look cool. I mean, if it ain't running right, you got to get the run right first so you can ride it.
Yeah.
Uh, it takes time. Like if you buy a used bike, um, I've had people tell me, and it's true. Even Mother of Motorsports tells me. all the time. They're like, it's going to take a while for you to get this bike, the way you want. They said it's probably going to take 2 years. I've had the bike for a year now, and I'm starting to tweak things, and it's a process when you buy a used bike, because it don't ride like I ride, but I'm slowly making it that way, if that makes sense.
No, yeah,
Um, you buy a new bike, I mean, you don't have to do nothing. You can put an exhaust on it, a slip on, a
right,
tune, and call it good. You know what I
yeah,
mean? And change the plastics or whatever. But
right.
the older bikes that are used, and some are loved, and some are abused, and um, it's just part of the game. You know what I mean? You got to be ready. It's an expensive hobby. My dad told me that, and I didn't think it was expensive as it is, but it is.
No, it is, especially as you go up in CCs. Because I started on the 250 CC. I actually started on a
Yeah.
mini bike, but then I got on the 250, and I was like, yeah, man, I'm putting in, $7, $8, fill up my tank. Now, I ride a 1300 cruiser, and so it's only about 12 to 14 bucks, but it's a blast, man, riding. I'd say, do you have a most memorable moment, I guess, in your riding career, currently right now? Like what's one moment you can go back to where you're just like, man, this is why I do what I do.
Uh, mm, I would say there's a couple things. One, just riding with, you know, a circle of friends, and the other part is, the rides I host.
Mhm.
Um, I don't host those rides, man. You know what I mean? Like, I make the flyer, it gets shared. Everyone that shares it makes that ride. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Um, People come out from all different types of states, just to come ride here in Tulsa, and that's cool to me. And love meeting new people, and I think that's what keeps me riding. Like, I just want to be out on that bike, meet new people, checking
yeah,
out other people's builds, and uh, hearing their story, why they got into it. Kind of like what we're doing right here, and
right, yeah.
that's what keeps me in it. And the bike community, like, man, I don't know about you, but I was in the car scene for a while, and it just ain't the same as bike community, man. Everyone's a family bike community. I can go to, OKC, for instance. I went to OKC this year,
Mm.
and or this last year, for the first time, like, riding,
Yeah,
and I got accepted. Like, it was
yeah,
like I live there. You know what I mean? And I
that's
just
what's
don't
up.
think like any other community is the same. You know what I mean? So
No, it's not, man. It's been. I'm happy you said that because it's for me, dude. I'm connected in a bunch of different communities. Intentionally, I love meeting new people, and once I got the bike, I was like, what's this culture about? I drove down to the local spot where a lot of us, meet each other, ride, and even from my bike breaking down, man, like this is how it first started. Is like, my bike breaks down. I'm thinking, bro, I've never been in this situation. Like, who do I call? And then, like, I want to learn on my own, but what if I mess up and then, like, this is serious? So it's like
yeah,
brothers came along, even like sisters who ride just from motorcycle clubs, motorcycle ministries. I mean, you name it, just was showing up for me. And I was just thinking, like, man, I've been on a football team. I've been a part of this, that, and the third, but there's no culture like the motorcycle culture. In fact, even on the outside looking in, I've seen bikers stop for other bikers on the road. I've
yeah,
seen all different types of stuff. And it's absolutely amazing, man. And it just goes to show what it just makes it that much more interesting to see the passion, behind, why every rider rides.
yeah. And even people that don't even ride yet, and they just show up at meets just to
That
check it
too.
out. Like, I've never seen somebody hate on that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh man, come check this out, and you'll like this, and they'll end up showing them around, and that's what gets people hooked. You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
you could
Yep.
just literally show up in a car and you just like bikes, and you'll still be accepted. So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I think that's the big part of it. But I have some good memories with some friends, and that also plays a big part of it too. But mainly the group stuff I do, and just being out there with everybody, like, it's awesome. I'm at the front of the pack. I turn around and just see miles long of bikes, and I'm like, man, this is it right here. You know what I mean? This is life.
Man, that's
So
what's up. I was gonna say I definitely have to. What's like do you guys have like a specific name like of your events? Like cause shoot, I need to make my way up to Tulsa as soon as this weather gets warm.
yeah,
Out.
absolutely. I don't really have specific names. This year is the first year I came up with SCO 918, which is
Okay.
season kickoff. I just
Okay.
shortened it,
Yeah.
and it kind of stick. I'm Native American,
Okay.
and we're native in Oklahoma,
Yeah.
and I don't know if you ever heard the saying like "Let's go in,"
Yeah.
"Let's
Yeah.
go
Yeah.
in."
Yeah.
So
Straight up. I like that.
uh, I was like, man, SCO 918. So I guess that's
Yeah.
our first name. It's first annual, so I plan on doing it again next year. There's gonna be a lot of learning curves with this ride.
Yeah.
Um, I've hosted rides, yes, but this is more of an event style. So this is my first time doing it this way.
Wow.
And the guys that are on the flyer that are coming as guests, they've helped out a lot. Especially Sumo CJ from Broward County in Florida.
Heck yeah.
That dude's helped me a lot because he's helped run BOT. It's a big ride down there, so he's
Okay.
got experience. Let's lot the guys on the flyer just have a lot of experience with these type of events. So
Yeah.
uh, shouts out to all of them, and they like literally have helped me a lot and helped me tweak things. And we're getting closer and closer, and I'm just there's still some things I'm like freaking out about, but I know they'll get done, and we'll get it set and it'll be ready. My biggest thing, I'm just trying to make sure it's organized, man.
Yeah.
I know some things are going to mess up. You're not going to make everybody happy,
Right.
you
Right.
know, but it is what it is. At the end of the day, I'll just improve on what we messed up on, and next year will be better. It'll just get better and better each year,
Yep.
Tulsa's, it's crazy. Me, Tulsa is slowly starting to get on the map as far as like with the bigger content writers,
Yeah.
like Sumo CJ in Florida. He kind of already heard about Tulsa. When I reached out to him and messaged him, he's like, "Yeah, man, I heard Tulsa's been getting down." I was like, "This dude live all the way in Florida, and he's already hearing about Tulsa. Like, that's crazy to me."
That is.
But the OKC guys, they help out a lot too. You know what I mean? Spreading the word and shouts out to Ethan, Final Notice, and Undisclosed, Blazuki.
Yeah.
Those are all solid dudes. 405 Street Kings, literally everybody down there, man.
Man, I personally met all of them too that you just named, and I can
Yeah,
vouch, man. Just great groups of people that
yeah,
they even like 405 Street Kings. They've done giveaways for the kids and stuff like that. Like
hmm
stuff like that does not go unnoticed for me because I used to be a school teacher. I used to work with kids. I mean, I still work with kids. I worked with them in so many different ways. And again, they ask me all the time. When they see the gear, the camera set up, you a YouTuber, what got you into riding? And I know it's different for me from so many other people. And so again, I was just like, I didn't even know kids liked motorcycles until I got one.
yeah. They
Because I
like
wasn't the
dirt.
kid that was infatuated. I liked dirt bikes growing up, but
Yeah, yeah.
sports bikes, I don't know. I mean, I couldn't afford a dirt bike, so I kind of just in my head was like, yeah. I
I'll
had a
I'll
power
I'll,
wheel.
I'll be honest. I mean, I don't know. I could be wrong too, but I think Harleys, the world you're in right now is a lot more expensive than that sport bike world. So you might need to hop on over to the sport bike
Ah,
world.
man, I'm happy you said that, man, because I'm not gonna lie. For me, when we're talking about the learning curves of just riding in general, every single accident that I've unfortunately had and got back up on by the grace of God, has been on a sports bike, man. And it was just at first it was stabbing the brakes. Someone's go right in front of me. I'm like, tense up, and then next, I'm flipping, and I'm just like, bro, how does this keep happening? But I keep getting up, like, but I'm just like. I know it's a me thing because I kept falling the same type of ways. But yeah, man, it's I definitely want to get better in that sense because cruisers, I mean, I haven't fell, thank God, knock on wood. But as far as sports bikes, man, I do miss it and I do want to get better. I'd like to ride on a track and just just see, not race, but just experience just what you guys have grown up and I don't know. I feel like the new kid in this culture, which I am, but it's like it's just so everything's interesting to me, you know. Even
Yeah,
when you're listening to your favorite song, and I'll catch myself, in the spur of the moment, listen to my favorite song, but thinking, dude, what am I doing on this motorcycle? But it's just the best feeling at the same time. You're like, bro, how did I get here?
yeah,
And you kind of want people to feel that. You're like, man, like there's a freedom out there that I didn't know existed. And once you hop on that bike, I mean, I get the throttle therapy. I didn't understand it at first, but it's real.
yeah, yeah. I wish a lot of people took it like that. You know what I mean? I've seen a lot of kids, younger kids that are in high school or coming out of high school, and they get a bike, and they don't get it for a reason. I don't know. Me personally, I feel like you should get a bike for a reason. Not,
Yeah.
don't just get one. Uh, just try to be a content creator or something. I mean, don't get me wrong, that's
Oh,
good.
for real. I,
I mean, if you want to start a journey like that, go ahead, but just be in it for the right reason, because sometimes if you're not in it for the right reason, that can get you hurt. And I've seen some of that, and it sucks. But at the end of the day, you just got to try to keep, you know, telling kids that, and trying to hope, they'll think about it before they, get on that bike. Because all of them just think it's just go triple digits the whole time. It's not about that. You ain't got to go triple digits the whole time.
no, right, right.
But yeah, I mean, I think, going back to your question, the SCO 918 is going to be our thing annually. So this is the first annual. It's March 28th, and it's 3 to 5.
3 5.
Um, Vendors will be there. Got Stunt Colts, Motive, Squid Ink Moto. There's this lady named Bree. She does desserts that are super good. She came over to my friend's giving, and man, all the stuff she brought was good. So
That's
she'll
what's
be
up.
out there. We'll have like 6 or 7. Well, not 6 or 7, probably like 6 food trucks, and stunt. I think I said stunt colt, but there's a couple more vendors that I'm working on too. So we'll have quite a bit of stuff to do rather than just checking out the dealership and everyone's bikes. And then we'll have a stunt show at 4.
Okay.
Um, there'll be
Oh,
7 riders a part of that.
and what's the
So
date of this again?
it's March 28th.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. So I know a lot of Oklahoma City is riding together up here. Final Notice or someone up with Final Notice is going to bring. They're just going to ride from OKC, I guess.
Oh, but I've met
I'm
Ethan as well in person, so I have to lock in with him, make sure that I ride with the group. 'Cause,
Yeah, because I
yeah,
heard there's
that's
going to be
sick.
like 300 of them coming up here. So
That'll be
I
the biggest ride I've been a part of yet.
mean
So
that's
that'll be
just
sick.
yeah, that's just OKC, man. Like I've been told, like there's people from Utah coming. I mean, obviously DFW Ghost Rider from Texas. He's bringing his area.
Shout out to him.
Uh,
He's somebody I pay attention to too. His videos
Yeah,
sick.
man. Yeah, so he's coming, and then you got Sima CJ bringing Broward County from
Heck
Florida,
yeah.
and Scooch Stunts. He's from Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Um, I think we're literally touching every part of the map.
Yeah.
Or I hope.
That's
I think that'd be cool. If all 50 states are there, that'd be
be sick.
awesome. But
Dude, that would.
yeah, so there'll be plenty of stuff to do. You know what I mean? Rather than just standing there and hearing people rev up bikes and
Right.
you know. So I hope people enjoy it, and accept what it is for being the first annual. Like I said, it's got some kinks and stuff, that aren't going to be perfect, but I think it'll be fun, and it's a real short event. I didn't really want to drag it out all day long, just with it being the first year, like not having a whole bunch of vendors, and if I had like 20 vendors, I would do it,
Right.
like half a day or something, but. Yeah, I mean, I think we're gonna stick with SCO, and uh, I think that'll work, and hopefully we get some bigger content creators out there. Even though I mean, DFW Ghost Rider is up there with 500,000 followers, and
Yeah.
uh, trying to get Brian 636 out here, man.
Bro, he's
That's the
sick.
goal. Yeah, man, that's
It's
the
nuts because
goal.
I'm originally from Illinois. So like as I continue to like research bikes, how to fix this, how to fix that, and motorcycle content started coming up on my page because again, I was completely new to all this.
Yeah.
Brian 636 started watching his videos, and I'm like, wow, he's from back home where I'm from. So I'm just like, shoot, hopefully one day I can meet him in person and or interview him as well because man, like that's the thing is for those that are riding and I'm learning from a bunch of different people. Like I've learned from you tonight. I'm learning from so many different people, and that's the thing. That's what motivates me to start, to have started this podcast is I've been documenting my journey along the way, meeting so many different people across the country, and they're doing great things. And I'm just like, man, like like this is what people don't I'm just it's nice to just give people who I tune into as well and just see like, wow, that dude's doing some dope stuff. Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because it's like you can feed off that energy and that momentum. Like it's kind of like show and tell in my eyes, like, but it's like, man, like I want to see what everybody else is doing. Kind of like
I
bikes.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy that you say that too. Is like a lot of these people you wouldn't even realize are so close to you. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like you think about it. I mean, DFW Ghost Rider is 4 hours away, and uh, that country artist you had on there, what's his name, Clayton?
Yeah, Clayton
I
Shay.
mean, here in Oklahoma, I mean, it's crazy to think, how close celebrities or whatever you want to call them are so close, and if you're able to talk to them, man, like and just pick their brain, like, you know what I mean? That's what I try to do, like just anyone I meet. You don't even have to be famous, you know what I mean? Like if
Straight
I
up, yeah.
sense some knowledge out of you, like I'll just start talking to you, and I might talk your ear off, and you may be like, man, this guy's annoying as hell, like.
Straight up.
But
No, me too, bro. Because that's the thing is I've realized, life is like a classroom. I think one of the most pivotal moments for me, even when it comes to social media, is just like be like I had started my YouTube channel as I was documenting my journey, and I remember hosting like a little group, and it wasn't motorcycle related, but it was chapter 3, and it was on rejection. And I was waiting for like 6 to 7 people to show up. They started showing up consistently, and then people started falling off a little bit, but I was the only one still showing up. And I remember looking down, feeling like kind of defeated, just like, man, bro, like I don't, like I care about these people, and I care more about this than I think others do. You know what I mean? And so, like, am I wasting my time? Make a long story short, I felt like God's sharing with me, like, he was like, look outside, like, what do you see? And I was like, a bunch of cars, you know what I mean? Like people. And he's like, there's a whole world out there. You're waiting on 7 people, but you have a platform that you can use. And so I was just like, dang, you right. Like if I could say the same thing in this room to people, that maybe 1 or 2 people, or I could utilize my platform and share the same value that I was going to share in this room and introduce it to the world.
yeah,
So that's what I love. Just that's what I personally love about utilizing our social media and then getting to know other people because man, that's how I personally grow. I don't want to be the smartest in the room. If I'm the best motorcyclist in the room, I've only been riding for 2 years. Like
yeah,
I don't want to be in that room. You know what I mean? So it's like learning from you guys and seeing you guys. Your why and your passion is just it's amazing, man. And it's amazing. I can't wait to come to one of you guys' events and continue to just meet a lot of you guys and stuff like that. So it's awesome.
yeah. Community's great out here, man. You know what I mean? Like I literally came in as a nobody, and just started vibing with everybody, and
Okay.
I, I guess people somewhat like me or like me. I don't know. I might have some haters out there,
Hey,
but
we all do.
yeah.
It's all
So
good, bro.
one of the guys that was really hosting the rides around here. I won't mention his name, just in case you don't want me to. But he talked to me. He's like, man, he's like, um, I just can't really host anymore. You know what I mean? Like, uh, there's stuff that happens. You know what I mean? It does get annoying and frustrating. And like, I understood why he was taking a break, and
Yeah.
so I just stepped in. And I mean, I'll be honest. I literally started with like 5 people showing up. Like, you know what I mean? Like 5 people showed up, then it turned into 10, and it grew. It's not like I just hosted a ride and like I think some people look at my stuff sometimes and they're like, oh, this guy hosted a ride, had all these people come out, and no, it takes time. I promise you. Like
Oh yeah.
where we're at now, like in Tulsa, we weren't this big in the beginning. I promise you. You got to make sure everyone's safe. That's a big part of when you're leading the pack and
Yeah.
keep us on good roads. And I just think people like the where we ride around to and just the community. I think that's what keeps bringing people in. But yeah, so I took that moment right there when the scene was just dead. I just used my platform because at that time I think I was only at like a few several thousand followers. Like it was nothing what it is now, and
Yeah.
start meeting certain people, and they were reposting me on their stories, and I was just getting like random followers, and that's how I grew. And I took advantage of my social media. You know what I mean? Stayed consistent. And I think a lot of people don't realize that like you got to stay consistent in this if you want to keep growing and surround yourself around people that are doing greater than you, or if it's something you want to do,
Yeah.
you got to surround yourself around those people, and sometimes push people out that were your friends or whatever, and they may get mad, but um, at the end of the day, I mean, you got to tell yourself it's for your own good, it's for your reasons. So yeah, I just took that opportunity, man, and it's where we're at now. You know what I mean? It's just the consistency part of it, and
Yeah.
I'm thankful for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
No, dude, that's what's up. That's what I tell people, man, is that's why I always wake up and say another day is always another opportunity because
yeah,
even for me, like the LC, the like it took me literally 4.5 years to rebuild my credit to even be able to get a vehicle. I just continue to keep posting as I've been documenting intentionally how I'm growing spiritually, physically, financially, and then again meeting people that I see growing as well. Not even just on social media, just like as people. And that actually takes me into as I scrolled across one of your stories one day, I saw like, and I don't know if you don't have to go into this if you don't want, but I think I saw something like your sobriety or whatnot, working on sobriety
yeah.
and been clean for a while. Like, I guess has motorcycling played a good part in that, or what?
Uh,
What
yeah,
motivated you to?
I would say yes and no. That kind of falls into. I'll share all this. I don't mind. I was embarrassed at first, but I've accepted it now. You know what I mean? But yeah, back in 2022, years prior to that year, I was pretty heavy on alcohol, and I was the party animal, the life of the party, and it's unfortunate, that some people around me like, pushed me to do it. I would think some of those people would have been like, "Hey, you need to slow down." I had a couple that did that, and I was just stubborn. I didn't even listen. But I was heavy, man. I was, like a handle of whiskey and a 30 pack, a Friday night and a Saturday night. I would drink all of that in a Friday night, drink all of that in a Saturday night. Like that was my weekend.
Yeah,
And sometimes it was on a Thursday. Sometimes I'd go 4 days straight like that. And it turned from that to literally like every day. And gained a lot of weight and just I don't know. I was lost. You know what I mean? And I woke up randomly one day, September 19th. Um, my heart was racing, and I was like, "Man, what's going on?" I was like, I told my girlfriend, I said, "Feel my chest." I was like, "Does it feel like my heart's beating hard and like fast?" And she was like, "Yeah." I was like, "I don't know." I was like, "I guess I'm just gonna lay back down." I laid back down the rest of the day, um, till like 2 or 3 that afternoon,
mm,
and it was still doing it. So I drove up to the ER. I'm the type of person when I'm sick, man. I don't like no one around me. And so I told my girlfriend, I told everyone to stay home. I drove
yeah,
myself up there. Well, it turned out I was in AFib, atrial fibrillation, and
mm,
that's where the people don't know. That's where the top of your heart is beating faster than the bottom of your heart.
mm,
And I was at like 100 beats per minute, 200 beats per minute, and it shouldn't be that high, obviously, for
Yeah.
just sitting there. And I had to get shocked and with the defibrillators and got back in normal rhythm. I think I blacked out or I might have died. I don't know because I woke up to the nurse rubbing my sternum. She was telling me to breathe, and I could hear myself not breathing. Like all I seen was white when I got shocked. Like
Dang.
I don't know how long. It felt like forever. I just seen nothing but white. And like I said, I heard myself not breathing, and all I hear is people telling me to breathe. And I finally came to, and they watched me for an hour. And I called my girlfriend. Of course, she freaked out. She thought, I was dead, and they had to shock me back to life. And
Yeah.
um, went home and everything, and that kind of started the journey with the heart stuff. And knowing that I might have died or I maybe just blacked out, either way, like it was still a scary experience. Like I don't wish upon anybody to get shocked, man. It hurts. Like I mean, I folded like a lawn chair, like hands touched the toes and slammed back
Yeah.
down. Like I remember all of it, and yeah, it started the heart journey, and that's what got me sober. Like literally that day, I said I'm done. Like because the doctors were my cardiologist at that time. I'm on my third cardiologist or electrophysiologist now, or something like that. Uh, but at that time, he was like, it might be from the drinking and everything you're doing, smoking, the nicotine, and because I was doing all of that. I never did anything hard, I didn't do no coke or pills, but uh, yeah. So when he told me that, it hit me hard. And I was like, I gotta stop, and went from doctors to doctors. I'm over at St. Francis now, which uh, thankful for them. I've gotten way further with them. I'm not throwing no shade on any other doctors or places, but St. Francis, they've done a lot of research, and we're pretty much at a point now where it's my choice if I want to have surgery or not.
Yeah.
Because since 2022, I've been in ICU like 12 times, and
Yeah.
it's just I go in that rhythm. I gotta go stay the night. They do all these tests, and it just happens randomly, man. I can't control it at all. It just if it happens, it happens, and
Yeah.
I don't know when it's gonna happen. But yeah, so I've been sober. I haven't had caffeine. I haven't alcohol, no nicotine, no weed.
Dang,
Um,
you're doing better than me, bro. I got caffeine right here, but I'm
yeah,
trying to do
since
better with that.
yeah since 2022,
Wow.
and when I got a bike, it definitely helped too. Because I was bored. You know what I mean? Like that was my escape, my fun time was the alcohol, the weed, and um, nicotine or the tobacco, and hanging with friends. Like that was what I did for fun, and didn't have that for years. I was just in and out of the hospital for years, and was all depressed, and um, I got a bike just randomly. I looked at my girlfriend. I said, I think I'm gonna get back into riding. She looked at me. She's like, you got a heart problem. And I was like, well, I know, but I used to ride. Like I know it's been like since I was a teenager, but I was like, it's like riding a bike. I was like, I remember,
Right.
and just went for the 636. Found it on the marketplace, and got the Grom too. I taught myself on the Grom first before I got on that big bike.
Okay.
Uh, and it came natural. I was on the ground for like a month. I was like, okay, I'm ready. I'm gonna hop on that big bike, and big bike took a few months, and I'd say I'm pretty confident now riding it, but still gotta be careful, obviously. But
Right.
it helped me a lot, because it gave me something to do. Uh, it made me meet so much more people that I didn't think I was gonna meet. You know what
Mhm.
I mean? Like, because I lost my friends, because all of my friends were with me partying.
Right. Yeah.
A couple of them I still kept because they were the ones, that were telling me, "Hey, you gotta stop, like slow down." And uh, I went back to them. I was like, "Man, I should have listened to you." Now look at me.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm like, if I would have just stopped, would I even be in this position? But I'm a big believer too. Everything happens for a reason. There's a reason why that happened. There's a reason why I got sober. There's a reason why I have a bike now.
Right.
Um, the doctors look at me crazy now too. They're like, I tell them about sometimes I walk in with my helmet. I go to my doctor's appointments, and I'll come in all my gear. And I remember the first time I did that, my doctor looked at me. He said, "Well, this doesn't help your situation." And I said, "You'll be like, it's weird, bro. I don't get that. I don't get the high, fast heartbeat. I don't get that adrenaline rush on a bike. It's weird.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people probably do, but I don't.
Yeah.
It's totally opposite. It literally like mellows me.
Yeah.
Of course, if I have a close call, I might get a little amped up, a little adrenaline, but
Yeah.
I'm not sitting there, like doing this
Right.
and
Yeah.
uh, I don't know. It's weird. I can't explain why I'm so calm. I'm just super calm on the bike, and I told him that, and he's like, "Well," he's like, "You're still crazy for doing it." And then obviously he's a doctor. He sees crazy stuff all the time,
Right. Yeah.
even as just a heart doctor. But yeah, so bike definitely has made another step. Because I ain't gonna lie, there's been some times in the last couple of years I was like, man, I wish I could just have like one drink or just something, and then I'll just have to like be like, no, 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 like don't even think like that. And I'll just go get on the bike, and that thought will just boom, it's gone. I'll be like, damn, earlier I thought about drinking. Like it just randomly popped in my head. I thought about drinking. I don't know why. I'm out here now having fun.
Dude, that's
So
what's up, man. That's what's up.
yeah,
That's such a blessing because I think on a macro level, for those that don't know, and Native American like communities, like culturally, like alcoholism is like a big issue.
yeah,
Outside of different things as far as that goes on reservations and stuff like that. Not saying that he lives on a reservation. I'm just saying like I understand just from past people that I've talked to and just people that I know. But so I see that when he's vulnerable and says that, guys, like I respect that so much because that puts him in like he's a leader. It's like this man was going through the trials and tribulations as we all do, right? And facing addiction and different things and by the grace of God, he had people that cared about him. Hey man, like you're doing too much. You need to calm down. And years later, he's in a place where he's not only connected with people all over the country, he's influencing new writers. He's influencing people like me positively. And his story is inspiring, guys, because there's a lot of you guys out there that are facing, trials and tribulations yourself, whether you're a biker or not. So I feel like there's a lot that we can learn, from Drake, and I've learned a lot from you, man. And so I appreciate you being transparent and vulnerable, man. I shared with him a little bit before we did this podcast, guys. Just a little bit, those of you guys that personally know me know, but I've had my fair share of, in the street life in the past. And it was somebody that was in the streets that actually put his hand on my shoulder and told me, he said, man, I want to see you alive. Like, I love you so much where I want to see you alive. And that meant the world to me. A lot of people won't say stuff like that. And so I think it's important, to surround ourselves with people who aren't afraid to cheer you on, who aren't afraid to gas you up. And so yeah, man, that I appreciate you for sharing that. I think it's important for the motorcycle community to hear that from you.
yeah. I
Because
mean, I think a lot of the motorcyclists, they have a backstory. There's very a small percentage of people that just get a bike just because they want a bike, but
right.
a lot of people, there's a reason why they're on a bike. Whatever that may be. But you brought up the reservation and stuff. Like my mom's side, my grandma and everything. I don't know if you ever heard of Pine Ridge Reservation. It's in South Dakota.
Okay, yeah.
It's one of the poorest reservations in the United States,
Was
if
that
not.
did they do a documentary on that place?
I mean, there's a lot of documentaries out there.
Yeah.
That's where Wounded Knee is,
Okay,
and
yeah.
it's up there by Sturgis and stuff. But yeah, man, like I remember going up there a lot when I was a kid and seeing there's a town called White Clay just before there, and it made like over billions of dollars, literally, because it was three liquor stores in this town, and on the reservation, there's no liquor stores; it's illegal,
Mm.
and so people would just walk over or drive over to that little town because it was literally like 3 minutes away, and get their beer and yeah, that place. It's in a lot of the documentaries. They made over like $1 billion off alcohol sales with the Native Americans. I think it shut down. I think the government shut it down, and I heard it's getting better up there. But yeah, I just you know I hope people take my story, and maybe there's some people out there that can relate, and you know it'll help them not be scared to share it with people. Because like I said in the beginning, I was the type, I didn't want to tell nobody what I was going through. You know what I mean? Like it was embarrassing for me, because I was a basketball player that went to college and went semi-pro, got injured. That's how that ended. But like I went from being an athlete to a coach, and I was a basketball coach when I was drinking like that, and I was also just mad at myself for doing that. But obviously didn't show up like that. I was never drunk around kids, but
Yeah.
um, it sucks. You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
that I was in that situation and coaching and everything like that. But I hope that helps people. Just get it out there. You know what I
No,
mean?
yeah.
Just get it off your
Yeah.
chest. Talk to somebody. You don't gotta come on a podcast
Right.
or someone's story and say it, but just put it on your story maybe. That's what I did. I first put it on my story, and man, the love I got from everybody was insane. Like I figured there would be a handful of people out there saying like, "Damn, really, you were like that? Like, what were you addicted to?" No one asked me that. They're like, "Congrats, bro! Like, proud of you, bro, and keep going." And
Yeah, man.
fortunate enough, I mean, that's most of the bike community.
Yeah.
Because I just really started posting about it, really getting public about it this last year. Um, And so a lot of people, there's even people I ride with that, will smoke weed and they'll accidentally like blow it and it'll come towards me and they're like, "Oh shit, my bad, Drake, my bad." And I'm like, "No, no, no, you're good, you're good." Like they'll freak out, and
Yeah.
that's cool to me. You know what I mean? Like they respect that, because I've
Yeah.
told them my story, and they'll just blow their smoke the other way. You know what I mean? So that's
Oh,
cool to me. I encourage people to just talk. The best thing you can do is just talk, man.
right.
Don't hold it in like I did, and just keep doing what you're doing. And if you got people telling you stop or slow down, just do it. Because
That's true.
it could be your last day. That day I got shot could have been my last day. I could have just died. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
No, it's true. I just and I'm happy you touched on that, man, because it's you guys never know, that last conversation that you have with someone that could be the difference between them forking left and forking right on the way home, whether they're on their bike or just the decision making in general.
yeah,
There are a lot of, if we're being honest, there's a lot of us men who we mask, our emotions or what we're going through, and we either use substances or we use or we have our vices or whatever it may be. But there's nothing more important, guys, than a healthy community and being the person that'll speak up and say, "Hey, man, like I see you in a better place, and I see you, um, just being a light, to others and stuff like that, versus just encouraging reckless behavior." Because in the 2 years that I've been riding, man, seeing I'm 35 and seeing these young men hop on bikes pass away so soon, as soon as like they get a bike, and just thinking like, man, like who was around them at the time, what could have went different, how can I use my platform, and like how can we save each other, because
yeah,
right in this lifestyle, like I know when you're in the street life, people are getting locked up, they're dying left and right. It's a lot of trauma. And once I started riding motorcycles, it's the same type of worry. You're like, man, is so and so, did so and so make it home okay? Or then you're scrolling or you see people post and you're like, man, somebody's down again, check on your people. And so, man, like everything you've shared, man, like has been very, very just, man, I'm grateful. You brought nothing but value, as I knew you would, and transparency, man, and that's what helps a lot of people. Um, always tell people all the time, like the Bible is transparent, and so that's why I have my faith. After my first accident, people are like, "Get up, brush it off." I'm like, I was gonna do that anyway.
Yeah,
Like that's
yeah,
that's just how I rock. And so it's like I wrecked again, and then it was like, dude, like you need to stop. But riding for me has increased my faith, and I wouldn't lie and say that every time I get on the bike, I'd be nervous, because I can trust myself and be as safe as possible, but I can't control the next steering wheel that's next to me, the next
yeah.
person. And nothing's worse than, like you said at the beginning, when someone's literally trying to take you out. I experienced that about 4 months ago for the first time in my life. Like, didn't cut him off, didn't nothing. Dude just was out for me out of nowhere.
Yeah,
And
there's
then he got out at the red light and approached me. And I'm
yeah,
just
there's
like,
people out there, man, like that. I don't get it. I don't get it.
like it was just nuts. Yeah. Um, you kind of sometimes, I don't know about you, but I feel that vibe that, like, because we ride motorcycles, because I know me, when I'm on my bike, man, I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm happy as
Yeah,
if, like, you would have thought I grew up wanting to ride motorcycles. Like, I'm like, because I understand, like, this could be it. You know what I mean? Like, the reality, like, this could be it. So, like, I have to make the most of this. And so I'm just grateful, man. um Now, this is the bonus question now to ask you, man, is like, um you know God's gonna call us all home one day, and I pray to God it's not on a motorcycle. But I guess, with, like I said, everybody has a story, and I guess, how would you want people, I guess, to remember you? And I guess, yeah, I guess that's the question I want to ask, is how would you
um,
want to be remembered? Because I know your dad has inspired you in so many different ways, and he's still with us, right?
yeah, yeah.
Okay, by the grace of God. So yeah, I know you're gonna. Are you a father? Yeah.
No, no. I'm 27, no kids. I got two dogs,
Okay.
a girlfriend. A roof over my head. And three bikes, and
Hey, got
uh,
to. Let's go.
I'm trying to live, man. Just trying to enjoy my life.
Yeah,
But
man.
no, I hope people, would remember me as a person that was happy and was always there for people. I don't try to be the person that's in their cliques and groups, and I just try to be with everybody. I try to vibe with everybody. You know what I
That's how I
mean?
am.
And some people don't like that, but because they think you need to be part of their group. But yeah, I hope people just a people person. They remember as a people person. You're someone I wanted to lift everybody up.
Yeah.
I've helped a lot of people out that, there's times I didn't have money. I was just down, on my butt too, but I still helped in any way I could. And so really just I hope people would remember me for the things the memories, the things I did. And um, that's my biggest thing. You know what I mean? Just
What's up, man?
uh, I don't want people's, try to label me as a content, creator.
That's how I feel too. I mean,
Like
we're all human.
it's cool. You know what I mean? It's cool having the following and um, views or whatever you want to say. Like I enjoy that. That's just a bonus of it all. But it's more just about the people, rather than all that. So
Yeah.
just a big people person, man. That's all I want people. I don't want people to be sad. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? When that
Nah,
day
for
ever
real.
comes,
Yeah.
uh, whenever that may be, and I don't want them to be sad at my funeral or whatever I have. Like just play some rap music. Let's get hype and lit at the funeral, and
Yeah.
definitely, a bunch of bikes, stunting, everything.
Yeah.
Just everybody out there just having a good time. That's how I would want it. I don't want people dressed in black just like this. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
So, yeah, man. So just energy, people, person, and I think I would be happy.
Dude, that's what's up, man. That was great, man. Well, man, before we end, shoot, normally I get a screenshot of us throwing a Battlestrong,
Yeah.
and I get a little picture. So if you don't mind throwing up real quick,
Yes, sir.
cool, cool. And guys, like, I'm very grateful. First, before we end, I just want to say, man, I've learned a lot from you. Your story inspires me. There's things that, of course, that people don't, know, but we all struggle in many different ways, and there's nothing like having, a brother or someone that you can talk to. I mean, shoot, this is our first official time, like verbally talking to each other, and like we're hitting it off like brothers, man. I can't wait to meet
Yeah,
you in person. And
absolutely.
I do want you to know, man, that God is using you, man, in so many different ways. And like I said, when I see people that I'm just like, man, like what they're doing is dope, and I know there's a reason for why they ride, and I know if we dig a little deeper, like you can influence so many people, more than just like, let's say, a viral video, but like people can relate. When people can relate to you and they're like, man, I felt that, I'm facing addiction, man, like, man, let me go to his page, because when I saw you working out and stuff, that's what hit me. I'm like, man, this
Yeah,
dude,
just
like,
I just
he's,
started that too. You know, what I mean, I'm
dude,
day
that's the
eight.
time.
You know, I took today and tomorrow off. I'm gonna get back at it. You know,
Dude, it
uh,
inspired me, bro. It motivated
yeah.
me. 'Cause look, I use these workout tools or these little workout devices. I interviewed a guy like 2 years ago on my second podcast, and then now I can call these the battle sticks, but he's on the East Coast. Shout out to Matthew Islam, but or Rip Right rather. But I ripped the rubber bands. So the rubber bands they pop,
Mm,
that overuse or whatnot.
yeah.
And I saw you working out, and I have a separated shoulder from one of my accidents. So I kind of been bummed about that because I was just been like, man, bro, like I'm trying to get after it, like not
Yeah.
just work wise, like I've been getting after it, but I need to work out, and it hurts. And with me being 35, I'm like, bro, I can't break my fall another accident. And like otherwise I might not even have it might pop off like a Barbie doll arm or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's kind of frustrating. So it's like when I saw that, I was like, bro, that's what's up, man. Like I can't wait to hear more about his story. And then I saw the sobriety post, and I think after that it was like you were working out, and I was just like, bro, like that's what's up. Like
Just steps,
it's
man.
a
I
little
mean,
it's the little things, that over time, like you were saying earlier about consistency, repetition grows.
yeah.
Everything's going to grow when you just continue to be consistent, especially when you have a bigger reason for why you do what you do.
Yeah. It's steps, man. Like went from addiction to sober to now. Like I just don't like the way I look, I guess. So now I'm just like I'm gonna start trying to be consistent in the gym. So just little steps. Been hard. I need to eat better. I've been trying to eat better, but my problem is I'll eat like a good lunch and it'll be like an avocado, some eggs and chicken and rice, and then
Yeah.
dinner time I'll just completely blow it.
Man.
Like I was gonna get something fried. Like today, man, I'm gonna be honest. It's on my story on Instagram. I got a shrimp boil. Just
Ooh.
completely ruined what I was like after I ate it, I was like, oh my God. I was like, I'm lifting and everything, but
Yeah.
I'm doing this. So it's hard, but we'll get there.
Yeah.
Trying to look like Fast Lane D, you know what I mean?
Dude, that's
So
what. Hey, shout out to Fastlane D. I haven't yet
yeah,
met him yet, but man, there's so many great writers out there who are doing great things, man. I love seeing just all the different people. There's Lost Lauren. I don't know if you've heard of her, but she's I've never talked to her personally yet. Well, actually, she commented on my post on one of my comments or whatnot. But she's awesome. She's been traveling the whole entire United States solo by herself, just going Sturgis, going just everywhere. And I'm just thinking, like, man, I remember like my first time getting ready to ride like 40 minutes to Mount Scott, or I mean, like an hour to Mount Scott. And I was just like
yeah,
nervous, like, what if this goes wrong? What if that goes wrong? You don't even know how to fix your bike. Like, you know what I mean? Like, all these different things. I'm like, here's this girl just traveling the whole entire country, and she's sharing tips. She's just living life, man. And
yeah,
that's what I love about just when I see people living, man, because life is too short. When you see a post every day, especially those of us who ride, like when you see someone's down, check on your people. For me, I just hope that they're living and doing at least what they love at the same time. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah. I want to do that on my Grom. I want to eventually. I want to try to. I don't know about going all 50 states, but I definitely want to go West Coast, East Coast on my Grom.
Bro, I'll ride with you, bro. Because Grom, that's something I haven't rode yet. I was thinking about getting one. or of course a sports bike again, one or the other. But I definitely I want to do a cross country trip. Like I want, because I know me for right now. Like I'd be nervous. I already feel like I don't know enough. That's why I'm watching, learning from Lauren, and I just think it'd be challenging. Yeah, I
Shoot,
think
I
it
mean,
forced me. It sounds like super fun, but I feel like at the same time it would bring a lot of challenges, and like that's where the growth comes. So it's like that's what I
yeah,
look for. I look for those kind of things.
especially on a Grom, man, because it only goes like 55 miles per hour. I would have to carry some gas cans, like, and there's not much room on the bike.
Yeah,
Like, there's a guy, I can't remember his name, but he did do that. He hit all 50 states on his Grom. And but he had a whole setup, man. He had saddlebags on it. Like he barely had like he had like this much room on his seat, and he was riding.
that's
But yeah,
wild.
I at least want to just go West Coast, East Coast on it. I don't think I could do the 636.
Yeah.
Being hunched over the whole time. And but yeah, man. So I'll do that eventually, but not anytime soon.
For sure. Well, Drake, man, dude, it was a pleasure, man, catching up with you and getting to know you more and a little bit of why you ride. Just for the sake, man, of being able to make sure I can save this and make sure I put it on YouTube so the file isn't too big. I'm gonna go ahead and close this out, but
Yes, sir.
man, do you mind if I close this out with a prayer?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Dear Lord, I come to you right now and I just pray for Drake and as well as the motorcycle community. Thank you, God, for us being able to get together and share his story, God. I pray for the riders that are this aspiring riders as well as those in the motorcycle community, God, to just be enlightened by his journey. I pray that he continues to be a light in this world, in this town, as well as on social media. He's able to spread across the country as well as the world and influence so many people who could be facing addiction, who could be just getting into the motorcycle community, or maybe they're outside of the motorcycle community. His story still resonates and is relatable to so many people. So, God, I just pray that you restore his health. God, continue to be his strength as he continues to work on his sobriety, and may he continue to be an inspiration off and on social media, as I know he is to his friends and his family. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen.
For sure, man. Well, dude, thanks again, Drake. Y'all stay tuned. I'm gonna make sure that I chop up some pieces as well as the whole interview will be on my YouTube channel. That's Day in the Life of I Am Battle Strong. You guys can find him at One Up Drake with two E's, right?
Yep, yep, yep.
Okay, with
It
two
may
E's.
pop up with just one, but just to
For
be safe.
sure. For sure. So you guys feel free to check him out. If you guys do, let him know where you guys, saw him, Iron Battle Strong podcast. And guys, I need you guys to understand that our trials and tribulations are always going to lead us to a testimony when we continue to keep going, when we keep our faith. And like Drake said earlier, that consistency. He didn't start his journey and just end up, oh, I know how to set up meets. I know how to ride bikes. Like it was a learning curve. He started on like I think he said a 150cc bike. And now, he's has a lot more experience in the motorcycle community. And I'm just grateful to hear about his journey. So you guys feel free to hit that subscribe button. Feel free to share this video if it inspires you in any type of way. And until next time, y'all. Another day is always another opportunity to battle strong. I'll catch y'all next
Yes,
time.
sir.
God bless you, Russ.
All right, man. Good talking with you.
You too.